Bourbon Bite-Sized Learning.
Yeah, September.
For September, and it does not feel like September. So.
No, it's crazy.
Oh, this weather, but.
Yeah, it's like, I guess on this Friday that you're going to see this is kind of the beginning of the long Labor Day weekend, kind of the unofficial end to summer, but in our case it probably is going to be super hot. So.
And we're going to offer you a recipe that's somewhat of a different recipe.
It is.
If you get tired of the hamburgers and hot dogs on Labor Day weekend, want something just a little different.
Yeah.
It's one of our favorite kind, one dish.
One dish. This is a 1-pan shrimp and veggies. And you know, the veggies we're using, what the recipe calls for is mushrooms and zucchini and a red bell pepper. This is kind of one of those you can throw in there and play with some different types of veggies.
Right.
You wouldn't want to use like potatoes or something like that that's going to take a lot longer to cook, because shrimp does not take very long to cook. But some of these softer vegetables, you can definitely experiment with those and whatever your family likes.
One thing I did notice, Kacy's got all of her veggies cut up here, and they're all cut about the same, similar size to your shrimp, so that they'll all cook at the same amount of time.
Exactly.
Again, you want everything to be done at the same time in one pot meals, but look how easy this is.
I know, you're gonna love this. Okay, so we've got our shrimp. Now that shrimp was frozen, raw shrimp that was frozen, and we just followed the instructions on the bag is how to thaw it, okay? And then we've got our vegetables. Now we're gonna make our little sauce to go with this, and I'm excited about this sauce. This is a little different, I think, than anything that we've made before. So we've got our bowl here, and so into this we're gonna put oil, lime juice, soy sauce, and sweet chili sauce.
Sweet chili sauce.
Yeah,
that sounds good.
So a little flair with that. I love sweet chili sauce. It is so good.
Scoop them over there to you. I guess we've got lots of things from my plate on here. We've got lots of protein. Seafood is a good protein. I think it's recommended, what, twice a week?
Twice a week, and it's one of those proteins that we're lacking in our diets. We don't get enough fish and seafood and nuts and stuff, so it's definitely one of those that more people need to incorporate in their weekly meal plans. This is a great, easy way to do it.
I think people are a little insecure about preparing some seafoods, and this is, you're going to see how simple this is, so everybody should be very comfortable with experimenting with this. So,
absolutely.
And you know, you buy the frozen shrimp, it's already deveined and everything, it's ready for you just to thaw it and put it on there, mix it up. Oh, Kacy, that looks delicious. Of course, I like every one of those vegetables raw.
I know. Yeah, so we're just gonna give it a toss, just enough to kind of coat everything. Oops, get back in there. Oops, a piece of zucchini is not wanting to add to the party. All right, just make sure everything's good and coated. And then we wanna make sure everything is in a nice, kind of even layer. See that? So.
You referred to the fact that you shouldn't put in any vegetables that take a long period of time. What would, if you didn't put these, what would you put? Like cherry tomatoes?
You could do tomatoes, asparagus, yellow squash. You know, those would be some good substitutions to use. Other colors of peppers.
Other color too. Anything that adds color, I like.
That's why I like their suggestion of the red pepper in this, because it kind of gives that nice pop of color. But yeah, any of those vegetables would work. All right, I think this is ready to go into the oven. Okay. It's gonna go into a preheated 400-degree oven. And this does not take long to cook at all. I think it says 12 to 15 minutes.
Okay. So
depending on your oven, it may take, you know, the less time or the more time. So, all right, so we'll see you in a few minutes.
Smell-o-vision, because it smells delicious.
It smells good and looks good too. So we're gonna get it plated up. Everything is all done here. I even cooked some brown rice for us, just real quick to go with it. So just a little way you can serve this. We're gonna put a little of this brown rice here on the plate. And then a serving of your meat and veggies is about 1 cup.
And how did you decide that shrimp was finished?
I checked that with the meat thermometer, and it registered to 145 degrees. So I'm gonna make sure it's nice and done.
And I'm gonna be very honest here with shrimp. I have not used a meat thermometer always like I should, but you should. Okay, we now know it's 145 degrees, and it's brought it to my attention, and you know, you can plead innocence for a while, but once you know, you got to do it. So I'm just saying this because I'm sure a lot of you are the same. I always went on color. I don't on other meats, so why do I do it on fish?
Yeah, I know.
It looks good.
Always to get in the habit of doing things, you know, that the not necessarily correct way, right? But the better way, right? So there, once we learn kind of there's better ways to do things, it's good to
The safest way.
the safest way. Yeah.
The safest way. I don't want to learn by
Yeah.
error.
Yeah, no, I don't want to like end up with like food poisoning or anything, right? So, all right, so this looks amazing.
It does.
So we got our brown rice, got our shrimp and veggie mixture on there, and then I just topped it with a little diced green onion. So just to add just a little bit of extra flavor to it. So
It looks like it's out of a restaurant. I'm so proud. It looks nice.
we try around here, Kay.
Yes, we do. Yes. So see what you can do at home. If we can do this, you can too.
And
So-
nothing fancy. I mean, it's nothing fancy. Like it just, you know, just a little extra touch gives it that, you know, kind of restaurant feel.
Mhm.
But you're not going to spend nearly as much on this as if you were actually to have this at a restaurant.
And it wasn't time consuming.
Not at all.
No, so.
I think this may have been one of the quickest recipes and easiest recipes we've done. So
I am anxious to hear from each of you to see if you tried, or if you're not trying it, let us know why.
Yeah.
You know, what can we do to help you feel more comfortable with it? But
yeah,
this one, Kay's gonna try.
absolutely. So Kay, can you believe we only have 3 more of these left for the year?
Another year.
Crazy.
Scary.
It is
Scary.
It's very scary. But we hope you enjoy this one. And then we will see you back the 3rd Friday in September for our Bourbon Bite Size Learning 2, where we feature another yummy Kentucky Proud product.
Okay. Glad you joined us today.
Yep.
Come back.
Bye.